What's up, family and friends? How are you? How are you doing? I hope you're doing great wherever you are. I welcome you to this live broadcast, as usual, where we feel free to do the needful, seeking and spreading knowledge without fear or favor. And I welcome and encourage all of you to join in seeking and spreading knowledge. Knowledge is the greatest. And when you know the truth, there is no one or there's nothing that can hold you back. There's no going back to falsehood after you know the truth. All that threat that God will do this, Jesus will do that, and all that empty calling for you to return to God or return to Jesus, you will find that they are all silly. It must be morons calling you to return back to falsehood, to lies and all that. So I titled this, Religion is Silence to Sin. I mean, license to sin. Of course, they silence you. Maybe that's what jump out. Religion silences you and gives some people who embrace it, some people who know its secret, the license to sin. They sin because they know they will be forgiven. They sin and go for confession. Religion is licensed to sin. But before religion gives people license to sin, it first lured them into sin. People knew not what is sin until religion came. People were born holy. People were born perfect. People were born to explore and enjoy life until religion came. Religion lured people into sin. And when people accepted that they are sinners according to religion, then religion gives them license to sin. I asked somebody that said that, you know how you said that maybe you are saying we do this or saying all that, or I say, what is sin? He never respond to the question. He only say, anyway, since I found out you cannot reason, I ask you what is sin? Tell me what is sin. You are preaching against sin. What is sin? And people that preach sin don't know what is sin. Sin is an imaginary thing created by religions to keep you in bondage. Religiously, they will tell you sin against God. That's what is sin to them. That's what is sin. A God you have not seen. Just as that God is imaginary, that sin is imaginary. Just as that God does not exist, that sin does not exist. It does not exist, but when you believe it exists, it becomes the reality in your head. And you will go on telling other people, yes, it exists. You begin to have that experience in your dream, in your revelations, or that it's all where you will see it. When they tell you about their God, tell them to prove their God. Guess where they will go? 2 Corinthians chapter 12. They will go on to vision, revelations, dreams, never in reality. The people, our ancestors, the ancient people were living their life, JJ. They were living their life perfectly. They were living their life very well without bothering any other person until religion came, lured them into sin and gave them license to sin. They begin to desire to be like their invaders, to commit the same sin their invaders committed. That's how our ancestors partook in slavery, slave trade. Our ancestors weren't into slavery or slave trade until religion came. The foreign religion of Christianity, the foreign religion of Islam, the foreign religion of Judaism came and messed up our people. Then they begin to engage in that sin. And the one that tell them, you shall not sin, to tell them they should not sin. It is sin to invade other people's land. It is sin to take other people's land. It is sin to enslave other people. And that's what religion does. or did to our ancestors. Yes, when I'm talking about religion, I'm talking about God. When I'm talking about religion, I'm talking about faith. When I'm talking about religion, I'm talking about belief. That's what introduced sin to us, and that's what drags us into sin. We know no sin until religion came. You can use yourself as an example, but let me take most or some of us to the Bible to see what I'm saying. It is religion that brought separation. We don't know separation until it's in the Bible there. What did he say? He said God created Adam and Eve and told them, of all the trees you will eat, but this one, don't eat it. That's God. Religion brought separation. You're supposed to eat from all three, especially planted in the garden. But it brought separation. He said, no, don't eat it. And the religion is anti-knowledge. He said, don't, if you eat it, you will die. But the wise one came and told them it's not true. God knows the day you eat it, you will be like God, knowing what is good and evil. And they ate it. They found out that God lied to them. God lied to Adam and Eve. He said the day they ate it, they will die. They ate it, they didn't die. And that's why anything Bible asks you to do, don't do it. Anything Bible says don't do, do it. You begin to understand the Bible. Until you do that, you'll be living in ignorance of the Bible. You'll be living in ignorance of the Bible. And I don't want you to die ignorant. The most important thing to man, I think I categorize them in four. The most important thing to man or to human being, religion hate man getting to that. The first one is knowledge. Knowledge is the greatest, especially the knowledge of self. Religion don't want you to know yourself. They want you to know an imaginary God. And you see grown adults saying they know the God they believe in, the God they haven't seen. How can you know somebody you have not seen? How can you know somebody you have not heard from? You can nobody know. It is somebody that tell you about God. Nobody has seen God, and no God has appeared or come and tell you, I am God. I am the one that made people. No God have done that. But you believe there is God. He forbade you from having knowledge. It forbade you. Religion forbade you from enjoying all things. He said, no, eat this, but this one don't eat it. Religion. Then the third one is life. Remember what they said in Genesis chapter 3 verse 22? It said, God said that man has become like us. Now they will reach out and eat from the tree of life and live forever. Let us stop them. God barred man, religion barred man from life. But because they don't want you to know the whole truth, they cannot bar you from eternal life, because your natural life is eternal. The life you are living as human being is eternal. It cannot be terminated. No one can end your life. Death is not a bad thing. Death is good thing because it introduces you into the next phase or next level of life. It is not an end. Death is not a loss. Death is not evil. As it's religion that tell you death is. That's why I said the day you eat of this tree, you will die. Threatening you with death. No, you cannot threaten people with knowledge with death, because they welcome death. They know death is good thing. If I don't die, I will not live. I need to die to live. Oh boy. The another important thing to man that religion, God, faith, belief forbids man from getting is unity. Unity. Genesis chapter 11. People decided to build cities and towers without the knowledge of God, without the help of God, and they were successful. They say God became jealous. You know, he says jealous God, evil God. And they say, let us go down and confuse them. That's deceive them. I've been telling you, you need to understand how they write the Bible. They wrote the Bible to deceive you. So when you see like people building, they were talking about our ancestors building pyramids and all that, those great cities. Then they come destroying our place. The place you call Middle East is African land. It's our land. The place you say, oh, people of Israel, Pakistan, no, is it Palestine? It was our land originally before they came. They came, stole it, kill us, destroy our culture, and gave us fake life. Now you can see Africans saying, yeah, talking about Muhammad, talking about Jesus, but they don't know about Horus. They don't know about their ancestors. But they know Jesus, they have not seen. They know Muhammad, they have not seen. They know all the imaginary characters in Quran, in Bible, and in Torah, but they don't know their ancestors. They don't even know the true story, at least 1% true story of their ancestors. They don't. And do they care to know? No. Why? Because of religion. Religion forbids them from knowing, and religion forbids them from uniting. That's why when you are teaching your fellow Africans or showing your fellow Africans the true history, the true truth of Africa, out of that their religious belief, out of that fear of that God, they divide themselves from you. They begin to see you as evil person. They begin to see you as devil. They begin to rise against you. Just as that God in that Bible rose against the people that were just speaking one language, and they are one people doing their thing, not bothering any people, not killing anyone, not sacrificing to any God. These people were living their life. They weren't worshiping gods and goddesses they have not seen or they cannot see. They were living their life, not stealing from other people, not taking other people's land. They have all they need to live, and they are using what they have to build their lives and build their place, develop their place. Until God gets involved, the jealous God. He said, no. He said, these people are one, speaking one language. Whatever they imagine to do, when you use your brain, you will do exploit. You will make the impossible possible. Use your brain, not your faith. Use your brain, not your belief. Use your brain, not your religion. Wake up, Africans. Our ancestors used their brain to make great cities, to make great statues. They built pyramids. They invented all the things you are seeing in the world today were invented by African ancestors. All of them. Every other one you are seeing is copied. They copy from them. Many Africans don't know that it was our ancestors that created calendar, mathematics, all that. They don't know. They tell you white man did. Oyibo Barbara. White man is spirit. White man is not wiser than you. White man is not stronger than you. And white man is not nicer than you. Just as their God is not nicer, stronger, and wiser than you. You're supposed to know that. But they keep you from that knowledge so that they make you slave forever. They don't want you to use your mind. They don't want you to think. He said, no. Renew your mind. The only way you will renew your mind is by doing the will of God. Which God are you talking about? It's imaginary. I cannot renew my mind by believing in imaginary God. I renew my mind by asking questions, questioning everything and worshiping nothing. I can renew my mind by thinking for myself, seeking and spreading knowledge. I renew my mind daily. Daily I make posts and I learn from other people's posts. I renew my mind daily with factual truth, not with hearsay. No, Not with make-believe, no, with factual truth. I renew my mind daily. I use my mind, I use my brain. I activated my brain about 2 years ago, and no one can turn it dead anymore. You say you love me, baby, and we should be together. Religion lured us into sin, and they tell you, oh, if you do this, it's against God. Which God are you talking about? It is the slave master that created that God. And when they tell you don't commit anything against that, they're talking about themselves. That's why they ask you to love your enemies. The God who came and confuse your language and stop your progress, they ask you to love that God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your whatever shit they created. And you're paying them attention, you're paying them mind. No, ignore them. Then they gave you license to sin. What do you mean they gave us license to sin? Look at Africa. All the African leaders are being sworn in, and the one coming out will still be sworn in either with Quran or with Bible or with Torah, right? Depending on their belief. Is there any African president that was sworn in with African power? Well, people call it Ofo. That's with that Ofo, you swear that you will serve the people, you will not be evil. If you do that, you already know what will happen. Horrible things. But religion came and gave people license to sin. That's why you see politicians, they can kill at will. They can steal at will. Nothing will happen to them. If they have money, you say they committed anything, they buy lawyers, defend themselves, and they get free. The poor suffering. They tell you nobody's above the law. That's a damn lie. Donald Trump of America is above the law, above American Constitution, above American law. Why? Because he has money. He can buy lawyers. He knows how to go about it. When you have criminal mind, you are above the law. People made the law, you are above it. Who tell you nobody's above the law? Why the people made the law? How can people make the law? You say nobody's above the law. The people that tell you nobody's above the law, they don't practice it. It is you they gave it to. Africans, they gave you democracy, and you say nobody's above the law. You kill your leaders. They don't kill their leaders. You can't be president of America and go to jail. No way. Even if you commit offense, the next president coming will say, I forgive him, you know, let him go, you know. How do they use that word to qualify it? They know how to speak that nonsense to, they say, pardon him, pardon. Why not pardon all the people in prison? Let them go. Why not pardon all of them? You see the excuse Donald Trump give in America for, no, he cannot be impeached. He says he's doing great work. So if you are doing great work, your evil does not matter. Your sin does not matter. You have license to sin. And the poor people are suffering. Poor people who don't have money or power per se, they are suffering. Ordinary sin, ordinary small thing you commit, they jail you. But the president is above the law. They say you cannot indict the sitting president, and yet they tell you nobody is above the law. And you believe that. And these people go to church. These people say they are Christians. Some of them say they are Muslims. But they say you cannot indict the sitting president. Is he not a citizen? If you can indict other citizens, why not the president? Not is president above others? Yes, but they will not tell Africans take it in. Everything they swallow everything and they're dying for it and waiting for one God to come. Which God? Which Jesus? The same God that came and destroyed your land, the same God that came and stopped your progress. Your ancestors were living fine, building great things, until that God was introduced to them. Then they gave them license to sin. Our ancestors begin to kill each other now. You see people, because of one position, you kill your brothers. You catch your brothers and sell them into slavery just because you want to take the land. just because you want to possess their wife or you want to control their children, all that. Look at Africa as we speak and see how religion has given Africans license to sin, license to do evil against their own people. Is there any African leader that is rebuilding Africa? I think they say Rwanda president is trying now if they don't kill him, because they will raise opposition against him if he's doing anything. And it's the same people that tell you thou shalt not kill. They are the ones that make the weapons and sponsor opposition party to be against anyone that is that is planning for the prosperity of Africa or unity of Africa. So long Martin Luther King was preaching integration, white men didn't have any problem with him. But the moment he began to talk about black people building themselves, having their own business and all that, boom, he's dead. I hear some stupid Africans still saying Obama did not do anything for black people. Trump did things to black people more than ever. You are stupid. Obama was the president of America, not president of black people. Obama was the president of America, and he is the best president in my lifetime than any other president I've heard of. And they have forgotten how they were against him. Even before he was sworn in, they say no, they will make sure they make him one-term president. He became 2 terms. The same thing, they can try to suppress us, but the truth will prevail. And you see, they program black people to be people now, say, wow, what are you doing for us? Even in Africa, they want you to make money in America and bring it to Africa. Bring it, send money. Why can't we make money in Africa? Africa is the richest place in the whole world. The whole world is still feeding from Africa. But you say, oh, you rich. What have you done for your people? Done for my people what? What happened to the presidents there? What happened to the governors there? What are they doing? You elected them to serve you, right? Why are they not using your resources to bless your life? But you want your brethren. Some of them are pushing drugs. Some of them are stealing. Some of them are prostituting in abroad. You want them to bring that money to show they love nonsense. And if they don't bring it, you begin to talk nonsense. How about the God you serve? You call Almighty God. Why can't that God provide for you? Religion gave people license to sin because they know they will be forgiven. Oh, God is merciful. You know, people will say, for God's sake, forgive. Fuck that. It is time we wake up and live our life. Or trash religion and see there is no such thing as sin, and you are not going to any hell or any heaven. This is your heaven. This is your kingdom. Live and enjoy it. Peace.